Smith, Lashaway, and Lawrence. Here they come. 8 laps. Looking for green off turn 4, and here they are. For the lead off turn 4, DeWitt Davis cuts it to the low side of the turn, to the line. Blackmore back on the outside into turn 3. Blackmore runs right to the bumper, side by side, and wheel for wheel to the line. Davis once again. It'll be a 4-way battle for the top spot, and DeWitt Davis continues to hold it. Blackmore by a car into turn 4. He's got it high in turn 4 to the line. Blackmore. Up to 4th, and Aki is 5th, working the high side. It's Blackmore, DeWitt Davis, Ron Smith, Jason Davis, Allen, and Aki. Chris Hasbrook and Chris to go for Blackmore, Davis, and Smith. Here comes Kevin Blackmore. Substantial lead. Davis will hold on to second. Smith third, and Aki fourth. And moving Lashaway. Looking for green, off turn 4. Chafee brings him down. Clayton works up the outside. Here's the green. Clayton. Chafee trying to work up to the high side. He won't go there. Alexander on top. Pollard drifting into turn 3, holding on pretty well. Take over that second spot. Clayton trying to dive in there and hold him off, but it'll be a switch. Alexander goes to second. seventh and final last number 8, the 77 for Pollard, or for Powers.
heading into the end of the season. Now, Paul Barnard and Tom Yuka bring the field around. Here they come. The green flag is out, and coming off of turn 4, they'll head down into turn 1, and it's Muka on the high side. Car number 28 will head out and lead, as Barnard will try to hold the second spot. He's going to get sandwiched going into turn 3. Mallet dives in. Hersey's there, and we've got contact and big trouble in turns 3 and 4. 4 cars going into the wall in turn 4. Among them is Clinton Cram, John Mallet, Paul Barnard, and Steve Drew also head on into the front stretch wall. Drew, as you can see, is able to get away and now heads down pit road. All started as they went 3 wide going into turn 3. Cars left. No Cram, no Mallet, and no Barnard as Hersey gets way out of shape. There's the green. Down into turn 1 and coming off turn 2. It's Tom Muka out in front. Hersey will now look to the inside with the car number 13 down low coming off turn 4. And into turn 1, they're side by side with Hersey running the low line. Muka up high, and here comes Steve Drew out of the pack with the 17. It's Hersey down low, and he grabs the lead. Hersey and Muka with a pretty good advantage over Drew, but that could soon change. Drew went by Swan and Living Good, all in about 2 laps. And there's now 4 laps complete. Drew now beginning to catch Muka for that second position. And as they head to the line, Hersey is now getting a sizable advantage over our second place car. This time, 2 laps remaining for Hersey as he dirt tracks it off of turn 4. Now there's that battle for second as they go down the back straightaway. Muka and Drew will go at it. White flag is in the air for Hersey. Drew will look to the outside of Muka but can't find the racing room. This time, checkered flag in the air. And it's Russ Hersey with the win, and for a second, Tom Muka, car number 28. For the green. Multi-start, we'll try it all over again with Morton and Pachalski. All right, we'll give it another shot this time, and there's the green flag, a much better start, and they're off. Heading down into turn number 1, Rob Morton down low in the OT. He'll take Joe Zellman with him. Up the inside comes Zellman, and he grabs position number 2. Walt Pachalski up on the high side in the 37. A spin and a cloud of dust in turn 2. The 77 of Reed has gone around. And now Zellman looks to the inside of Morton for the lead with Pachalski running in 3rd. Johnston moving up the inside alongside Travis Block. Those 2 are having it out for the 4th spot with Zarnecki right there. And the yellow flag is out. There is a fire under the hood of the Reed number 77. It appears as though it has gone out, however, but plume of flame there for a moment right underneath the number 77 of Reed that has come to a halt after a spin off turn 2. Lap complete, and we'll set them loose again. The green flag is out, and Morton on the inside again will set the pace. Dirt tracks it through turns 1 and 2, but holds on as Pachalski tries to get back to the inside of Zellman and battle for that second spot. As they go into turn 3, he's got the room, They make contact now. Pachalski will move back down low and look to take the second spot once again. Side by side in rows of 2 coming off turn 2. Zellman will edge back out to have the advantage, but Pachalski runs the low side. Now Zellman shuts the door, and we've got Pagayo going around in turn 4. It's Zellman down low on Morton with Pachalski right behind him, and Johnston in the thick of things as well with car number 2. Pagayo gets it fired back up as Zellman moves out to take the lead with the 22. Morton will fall back into second, then it's Johnston battling Pachalski for that third spot. Johnston takes the spot away coming off turn 2 and will now look to challenge Morton as the two go hard into turn 3 and come together. Zarnecki now looks to the inside and he'll look to move up a spot as Johnston and Pachalski again come together. This time Pachalski gets the worst of it as he tries to get back up to position number 3 and drops considerably off the pace. Looks like the front end on the number 37 is out of whack and he'll fall off the pace. White flag is out for Joe Zellman with Morton holding second over Johnston. Travis Block running in 4th with Joe Zarnecki 5th. And here they come for the checkered flag. It's Joe Zellman in for the win. Field around ahead of Scott Zielinski, Scott Cashman, Tom Cashman Jr., Jeff Connors, Bobby LaRoche, and Mitch Trunowski. Here they come. Green flag is out, and on the low side of the racetrack, it's Rogers getting the initial advantage. Rogers will get out to a full advantage coming off turn 2, but the field gets diced up a little bit. Scott Zielinski moves into 3rd. He and Curley come together. And now contact between Scott Cashman and Bobby LaRoche. Those two get crossed up and come together in turn 4, but they continue now. Curley running the high side of Rogers as those two are slugging it out for the lead with Scott Zielinski right there to contend, and Tom Cashman Jr. in the 17X. Scott Cashman way up high, cuts down in front of your leader, but was well enough out of the way. So Curley will maintain the lead. Zielinski will now try to move into second, and he's got that spot with Tom Cashman Jr. moving up a notch to 3rd. Rogers will slip back to 4th, but in a great effort was able to lead the first couple of laps. Yellow flag is out. Apparently it's Scott Cashman because he went a lap down, but Bobby LaRoche the chance to get back up there with the contending cars. All right, here they come. The green flag is now in the air and off the turn. The car number 32 of Curley will lead the field through turns 1 and 2, gets a little dirt tracking off of turn 2, but maintains the number 1 spot. Good battle going on for 4th. And now around goes Trunowski with help from Cashman. Trunowski was right up there battling, and we've got more trouble in turn number 2. Your 1 second place car, Scott Cashman, Scott Zielinski gets tagged by the other Cashman. Zielinski back in row 1. Cashman and Connors in row 2. The green is out. Connors gets sideways. Side by side, they go into turn number 1 for the lead. Zielinski on the high side. Curley down low, fights him off. Zielinski now trying to tuck in for that second spot, maybe gather up a little racing room. As Tom Cashman looks to move back in. 2 laps to go this time by for Curley. Let's see if Zielinski will look to the low side. Now Cashman gets into Rogers. They both continue. No problem there. White flag is out. White flag for Curley. Zielinski right there with Cashman. And those 3 have pulled away from the rest of the field with trouble down the backstretch. Connors gets tagged by Dranowski. Checkered flag is out, and it's Curley in for the win. All right, there we go for the 3rd and final strictly stock qualifying heat. And it's heat from Marlow, New Hampshire, the Taco Bell Oldsmobile for Gary Knight. Check that Pontiac, and here he comes. Russo with the lead truck goes second. Marquis up to 3rd, then Rollins and Colson dropping back. Patnode and Knight. Colson trying to work up the outside as they come down to complete lap number 1. It's Russo, Drug, Marquis, Rollins, and Colson. Freight train on turn 4 with Russo at the point. Marquis beginning to look to the outside of Drug to move up, and he gets there off turn 2. Marquis for second. Sticks his nose ahead, closes in on the back bumper. Russo off turn 4. It'll be a dead heat for second. Now Marquis works up the outside. Looks to the outside of Russo. Marquis picks up another car length into turn 4. He'll run the outside of Russo off turn 4. Marquis showing why he won 6 features this year. He's coming up to the outside. Halfway in the event, Marquis works Russo for the lead. Into turn 2. Marquis takes the lead. It's Marquis, Russo, Drug, Rollins, Colson, and Patnode. Patnode looking strong after that bad wreck last week. Now, Drug and Rollins close in on Russo. Marquis all alone in lead. Russo holding on to that second spot. We've got 2 laps to go. Rollins looks for 3rd, and he's got it. Now, here's the white flag. Rollins on Russo's back bumper. Rollins trying to pick up that second spot. He closes on the bumper. Russo pulls him on the backstretch. Coming down for the checkers, it'll be Marquis, Russo, Rollins, Drug, Colson, and Patnode. They are the 6 qualifiers. Knight will not. Knight, here they come. 10 laps. Salzarullo gets the jump. Whipple uses the straightaway. Salzarullo puts a bumper into Whipple. Whipple gets in trouble, crosses up Karen, crosses up Rugg, comes back and crosses up Salzarullo. That all started when Salzarullo caught the side of Whipple and got him sideways. Whipple tried to get back in line, and Karen was trying to fill the hole. Punky comes out okay. Bob Rugg got swept up in it for no fault of his own. I don't think Mr. Whipple will want Mr. Salzarullo letting that back end drift into his side again.
he may have to qualify in a consi. Mr. Salzarulo must have seen something the rest of us didn't. Maybe he saw something on the track over there that we didn't see. Go now, Salzarulo on it. Here comes Karen. He's going to have to hustle to catch the pack. Whipple right on the bumper. Uses that bumper into the turn. Salzarulo pulls away. Whipple down inside and backs out. Salzarulo, Whipple, Bachelor, Daniels. Whipple trying to get inside. One lap down. Whipple sets up, comes down low. Salzarulo loose. Whipple lets him go. Whipple to the outside. Salzarulo down low. Here they come to the line. Whipple gives him room, and Whipple has the lead. Bachelor to the outside now. Garrett trying to play catch-up. He'd like a caution. Salzarulo drops to third. It's Whipple, Bachelor, Daniels, Salzarulo, Fiandaca, Weaver, Rugg, and Karen. And Karen is closing in fast, coming up on the halfway mark. Alan Whipple Jr., Mike Bachelor, Daniels, Salzarulo, Fiandaca, Weaver, Rugg, and Karen. Look out, Weaver in trouble, brings it back. Rugg and Karen work around Weaver. 6 cars will qualify, Rugg's on the bubble. Weaver, Rugg, and Karen fighting for that final qualifying spot. Fiandaca works the outside of Salzarulo, trying to move up to 4th. 2 laps to go. Karen takes 2 of them. Dirt tracks it off. Turn forward. He's got the final qualifying spot. Karen comes from a half lap down to move into 6th. 1 lap to go. Your leader is Whipple, Bachelor, Daniels, Fiandaca, Salzarulo, and Karen. Karen sits on the bumper. Fiandaca looks down inside. Salzarulo, and Karen takes over 4th. Runs underneath all of them, the battle for the last spot. It'll be Rugg. Rugg gets the 6th qualifying spot. Fiandaca fades to 7th. Karen, from a half lap down, comes in 4th. Whipple wins. Bachelor 2nd. Daniels 3rd. Karen 4th. Salzarulo, and then Rugg gets the final qualifying spot. Fiandaca and Weaver. And the 99 from Hillsborough, New Hampshire, Bill Burrows. Here they come. Harrison with a big jump. It's Harrison, Bachelor, good enough with Boniface on his bumper, and Knight. Harrison takes the lead. It'll be Bachelor 2nd, good enough 3rd, Boniface 4th, Knight 5th, and Beckwith on the bubble. Here's Knight, trying to move up, good enough, takes over 2nd. Good enough moves into 2nd, Bachelor 3rd, Boniface can't make the move. Harrison, good enough, Bachelor, Boniface, Knight, and Beckwith on the bubble. Boniface trying to motor his way into 3rd, gets down below Bachelor now. Boniface on the low side for 3rd. He's got it off turn 2. Coming up on the halfway mark, Harrison, good enough, Boniface, Bachelor, Knight, Beckwith, and Gramellini. Here's the battle for the lead off turn 4 now. Good enough puts the pedal down and grabs the lead. It's good enough. Harrison, Boniface, Batchelor, Knight, and Beckwith, Gramellini, and Burrows. Two to go, coming up. Two to go now. Good enough, Harrison, Boniface. Beckwith in the 60 is your bubble car. 6th qualifier right now with the white flag flying. Rob Goodenough has your lead. Boniface looking for one more spot. Harrison shuts the door. The win goes to Goodenough. Harrison second, Boniface third, Batchelor fourth, Knight fifth. And the final qualifier, Beckwith in the 60. Gramellini and Burrows will have to find their way in after the qualified cars.
And this is the first time he's ever been in that car. The number 98 is Dennis Maxfield, and the 7 is Leonard Newcomb. Here they come looking for a green, Fitzgerald and Brio. There's the green flag, and off to the turn 1, Brio on the outside gets the advantage. Fitzgerald will tuck in for second with Shepard in third, Meany up to fourth. Stebbins falling back a notch initially to fifth. Brio already with a good lead over Fitzgerald, with Shepard moving in the outside to try to take that second spot. Meany is fourth, Stebbins holding on to fifth over Lenny Silver. Battle for that second spot. Fitzgerald, Shepard, and now Meany going at it. Consultation flag for the 5 New Hampshire of Steve Kimmel. And now Shepard finds route to the inside and uses all the racing room to take that second spot. Brio, Shepard, Fitzgerald, and now Meany looks to the inside with the 15 mass. And he's trying to take third. At the line, it looks like Meany by a nose, but as they go back down into the turn, Fitzgerald on the outside has it, and now Meany takes it right back on the low side with car number 15 mass. Brio way out in front. Almost a straightaway lead on Roger Shepard. With Meany now moving away in third, Fitzgerald fourth, Stebbins, and then Lenny Silver and Dennis Maxfield. This time, 9 laps complete. The white flag is in the air. 1 lap to go for Brio. Now the checkered flag in the air. Eddie Brio Jr. takes the win. Out the field, it will be the number 3-4. Green flag is out. Bergeron off the turn will lead him down into turn number 1. And now Glenn Brio edges in for second. He'll go to work on Bergeron for the lead. Bergeron gets up high, and that opens the door to several cars, including Ed Stone and Barry Gray, as Glenn Brio slips by and takes the lead. Bergeron falling all the way back to fourth in just 1 lap. A tough break for the car number 91. Alexander will try to move by, but can't quite do it yet. It is Glenn Brio. Now, Ed Stone to the low side in the number 11. And now, off of turn 4, he's got the lead. Barry Gray will give a run out of for second. On the inside, it's the number 29. And Gray has the second spot. Stone, Gray, Brio, Alexander, Bergeron, Stuymes. Halfway mark. Top three cars now pulling away from the rest of the field. Second with 2 laps to go. Gray is holding off Brio. White flag, 1 lap to go for Stone. Gray, Brio, Alexander, Bergeron, Stuymes, the 52 and the 3. Off turn 4, checkered flag is waving and it's Ed Stone across the line with the win, just ahead of Barry Gray. Ed still lined up but not on the track. All right, Batchelor brings him down with Rudolph on the outside. Here they come. Batchelor takes the lead. Avery to second. Rudolph third, the battle for fourth. Bobby G and Bateman. G takes it. Houghton goes sixth. Baroka seventh. Bobby G and J.A. Houghton. Baroka pulls it in. Bobby G and Bateman fighting hard for the spot. Bobby G takes over fourth. Bateman to fifth. Houghton to sixth. Halfway coming up and Batchelor's holding on to the lead. Bateman and G bang wheels in turn 1, and Bateman's got the fourth spot. Batchelor, Avery, Rudolph, Bateman, Jagetkis, and Houghton. Trying to get underneath. Caution on the racetrack. Batchelor got a little bit loose. Avery tried to stick his nose in there. It didn't work, and it looks like Avery has damaged the front end. In fact, he's got a serious tow-out problem there, and he's not going to try to make it worse by driving it in. This is a heat. 6 cars qualify. There's 6 cars in the event, so everybody's going to make it in. Actually, now there's down to 5. Bruce was running well, and he's probably upset that he doesn't get a spot back, but the caution was thrown for both race cars. And with 2 laps or 2.5 laps left, it probably doesn't make a lot of difference. Everybody's qualified anyhow. And it won't affect their starting position. Starting position in the feature is determined by money won in the previous 3 weeks. 8, 9, and 10 to go. Your leader now is Rudolph with Bateman, Bobby G, J.A. Houghton, and Batchelor.
the straightaway with position. Checkered flag coming up. It's Rudolph, Bobby G, Bateman, Bachelor, and Houghton. So Rudolph wins the qualifier. Bobby will be Marquis. And the 33, TJ Small. 14 is Bird, 91 is Albro. Here they are. Stoney takes the lead quickly. Ball on the outside. Pinkham on the inside, and Pinkham will take over second. Stone, Pinkham, Ball, and Marquis. Jarvis and Albro. Then Small, almost losing it. Byrne, Cole, and Marr. Stoney holds on. Pinkham, Marquis, and Ball move up to put on the pressure. Ball works the outside. Jarvis works the inside for fourth. The double collars Albro in a 91. Stone has the lead. Here comes Marquis. Marquis goes low, takes over second. Here comes Jarvis up the inside on Pinkham. Stoney has a tire rubbing. He's going to lose that lead to Marquis down the backstretch. Marquis gets the nose in there, grabs the lead. Stone goes to second. Jarvis is third. Stone may have some motor going away. Look out. Byrne spins to the infield, waits for the caution, and he won't get it. On the backstretch, it's Marquis, Jarvis, Pinkham, Stone, Ball, and Albro. Stoney's going to have some big problems with that motor coming up here. White flag, Marquis and Jarvis coming down to the line. Jarvis on the outside. Jarvis and Marquis. Jarvis on the outside. Jarvis on the backstretch. Into turn 3. Jarvis and Marquis. Jarvis on the outside. He's got the win. White Jarvis comes on strong and wins the qualifier. Marquis second. Pinkham third. Albro fourth. Followed by Stone and Ball. Then the 33s of Small and Cole. Byrne in the 14 and Mark. Down the backstretch, looking for a green. Bill Chafee and Jason Davis bring the field around, and the green flag is out. Davis a little crossed up right initially, but gets it going back, and he's actually got a slight advantage as they make contact in turn 2. Chafee on the low side. Davis up high. Clayton, Krajewski, Blackmore, and Chafee gets all out of shape down through the infield, and we've got big trouble on the front straightaway coming off the turn. Hasbrook, Blackmore, Fournier have all come together. DeWitt Davis and Darrell Pollard stuck together on the front straightaway. And that all started back in turn number 3 when Hasbrook tried to go 3 wide. Apparently got crossed up, came back across the track in front of Blackmore, the number 12, and then Fournier came in late with the 8-ball, and a tough break for all three. Three of the most consistent cars lately. As for DeWitt Davis and Darrell Pollard, the 367 and the 27P, we hear the engines running, and they'll have to just get separated. Speedway Safety Services right on the scene as they are each and every time. Chris Lashaway with some damage. He's got a flat right front on the number 45. He'll bring that down pit road. And Bill Chafee has a flat right rear with the number 33, and he's the one that got crossed up initially while leading. DeWitt Davis. Real tough break for Blackmore as that car gets towed into the pits, and severe front end damage on the number 12. Joe Krajewski runs in position number 3 alongside Alan Anaki, and here they come. Looking for a green. Get this race back underway, and there's the green flag.
Heading down into turn 1 and coming off turn 2, it's Jason Davis out in front with the number 73. Clayton tucks in for second. Anaki on the high side, looking for that possible championship. With the number 4, has edged up into third. But Beef Alexander will have to finish way back, probably about 11th on back, and I don't think he's going to do that. But Anaki is not giving him an inch as he works to the high side of Clayton. The battle for second is on, as well as the battle for fourth. Krajewski getting a challenge from Ron Smith. Shane Noonan is all alone in sixth with DeWitt Davis, Paul Fournier, and Beef Alexander all 3 wide into turn 3. Alexander backs out. Anaki has moved up into second and now looks for the lead. Ron Smith up to third in the number 2. Jason Davis trying to hold the lead, gets up high. In the path of Anaki, then drops down to the low side of the racetrack and coming off turn 2, dirt tracks it, and that will indeed open up the door to Anaki. Davis will try to come right back, drifts up high. Ron Smith to the low side, car number 2. And at the line, it is the number 4 of Anaki, but he gets way up high, and Smith on the low side, able to move by down low. But Anaki comes right back with car number 4 to the high side. Smith has the advantage for good now. So Anaki only got into lead lap 5 as Smith moves out in front. Ron Smith in the number 2 has come on strong since he started racing this mini stock and is looking for another win. Anaki still right there, and he's not going to give up. Davis has faded to a distant third, with Krajewski and Clayton having a go at it for fourth. Krajewski takes the spot. Your top 3. Krajewski having a good run for fourth. Clayton fifth, Noonan sixth. Alexander and Fournier dicing it up for seventh with DeWitt Davis ninth. Anaki's got the power in the straightaway, but Smith coming off the turn is able to hold on. And you can see Anaki close right up on the back bumper of the car number 2 as they still begin to pull away from the field. Or haven't, they've already begun doing that, believe me. So they're well on their way. Jason Davis all alone in third, looking for his best finish of the season with Joe Krajewski fourth in the 60. Beef Alexander is a distant fifth in the 7 New Hampshire. 5 laps to go for Ron Smith. Sixth spot, battle between DeWitt Davis and Kevin Clayton with Paul Fournier and Shane Noonan in the top 10. Now a battle for the lead with the 4 of Anaki looking to the outside briefly but can't make the move. Anaki heads to the low side with the 4. They almost touch, and Smith coming off the turn again is able to get the advantage to the line. They touch going into turn 1, and Anaki comes out with the top spot in car number 4. So he'll retake the lead coming around for lap 18. And now Smith comes right back on the inside. Ron Smith back down low. Smith back to the low side as Clayton spins into the infield. The 1 New Hampshire, and Smith has retaken the lead. A great move back by Ron Smith, and suddenly slows on the backstretch. checkered flag is out, and it's Ron Smith in for the win with car number 2. Let's see who's going to get that third spot. It's Jason Davis for a great run at car 73.
Mike will be trackside with your winner in just a minute.
Another win in the mini stocks, car number 2. All right, Ron, that was an excellent race.
Thank you very much. Hey, I hate to admit it, but I kind of used my mirror a few times here. You know, you got to do that once in a while to win races. Like I say, we pulled it off again. Thanks again for the owner of the car, Dick DeRosia, the pit crew. We're all doing a fantastic job. Thank you.
All right, congratulations. Now, Ron Smith, your winner in the mini stock division. And we'll go over here to his battlee, Alan Anaki. That was an excellent run, and you seem to have more power, but just came up a little bit short.
Yeah, we were going pretty good. I made a couple mistakes, coming a little bit too deep, and, he gave me plenty of room. He used as much as he could without giving me a problem, and it was a real satisfying second.
All right, congratulations, Alan Anaki, your second-place finisher. And we'll move on over here to Jason Davis. I believe this is your first time in Victory Lane. Congratulations. All right, there it is from Victory Lane.
And the final tally on 25 laps, leading them down. It'll be Fitzgerald and Bergeron. Here they come, Al Fitzgerald, Frankie Bergeron, Eddie Brio Jr., Kirk Alexander, Roger Shepard, and Glenn Brio. Fitzgerald on the low side takes the lead on the back straightaway. It's Eddie Brio into second. Bergeron third. Shepard and Alexander fight for fourth. It'll be Shepard fifth. Stoney caught back in traffic. Meanwhile, up front, here comes Shepard into third. Brio into fourth. Barry Gray will take over fifth. After three, Fitzgerald, Brio, Shepard, Brio, Gray, Alexander, Meany, and Bergeron, then Stone, a straightaway behind the leaders. Alexander trying to hang on. Eddie Brio gets up to the outside. Eddie Brio works the outside of Alexander. Glenn Brio works the inside of Shepard. Glenn Brio will dive low in turn 3. A battle for the lead, a battle for third. Brio and Shepard touch. Brio and Alex and Fitzgerald fight for the lead. Stoney moves up. Here comes Gray. It's a tight 5-car battle, and it's Brio on lap 6. Eddie Brio, Glenn Brio, Al Fitzgerald, Barry Gray, and Kirk Alexander. Glenn Brio, Barry Gray, Mal moves up to third. Fitzgerald fourth, Alexander fifth, Shepard sixth, Stone seventh, and eighth is Meany. The Brios battle for the lead. Barry Gray is right there. Look out. We've got a car in front of your leaders. DuBois. Eventually, Kimmel goes around, and that'll bring out a caution. Or will it? Yes. Caution on the racetrack. Barry Gray has 3 wins this year. Ed Stone already has 10. Eddie Brio's looking for his first. Caution is still on the racetrack as some of the guys at the back of the pack are on the gas and now on the brakes. Brios, Gray, Fitzgerald. Glenn on the high side, Barry Gray waiting for a break. Down the backstretch into turn 3, it's Eddie Brio, Glenn Brio, Barry Gray. It'll be Glenn Brio at the line. Barry Gray goes third. Now Glenn Brio takes over the lead. Eddie goes second, Gray is third, Shepard fourth, Beatty fifth, and Stone is sixth. Trying to make Stone work for it. Stoney makes it easy. Coming up on the halfway mark now. It's Glenn Brio, Eddie Brio, Barry Gray, Roger Shepard, and Ed Stone. Barry Gray trying to take over that second spot on the inside of Eddie Brio. Brio holds it to the line. Gray will take him down on the inside off turn 2. It's Glenn Brio. Brio looking for his second win. Gray looking for his fourth. There are 10 laps to go. 10 to go now. Ed Stone worked his way up to 5th. Stone and Gray pretty solidly in their positions in the final standings. Trying to pick up a few more points. It's Glenn Brio and Barry Gray, Eddie Brio, and Roger Shepard. Ed Stone trying to work inside Shepard. Shepard trying to hold him down. They have a little contact. Shepard remembers having led and lost it when Stoney Yee made contact before. Now they're way in the back there. Brio with 7 laps to go. And a slower car in front of him, problems with the 25. Barry Gray closing the margin now. Lap traffic to contend with. Glenn's going to have to work around Kevin Stuyvesant. 5 laps left when they come to the line. Ed Stone works inside Eddie Brio for third now. Stone still trying to catch the leaders and take over. Gray eases around Stuyvesant. 4 laps left. 4 to go now. Glenn Brio could move up to 4th in the standings. Now we're down to 3. Brio, Gray, Stone, Brio, Shepard. 2 left. Popsicle sticks up. Glenn Brio's got to use everything he knows to hold Barry Gray back for 2 more laps. Gray closing the margin. Gray looks inside with a white flag out. There's lap traffic ahead. What's going to happen? Will the lap traffic move out of the way? Here comes Gray. Here comes Stone. Gray's on the outside. There's a car loose in front of your leaders. Here comes Glenn Brio. He's got it. Brio wins his second. Glenn Brio holds on for his second win of the year. happy gang. The Oldsmobile came through for Glenn this time from lap 11 right to the finish. A lot of handshaking and glad handing here, and as soon as Glenn's got the gloves and stuff off, checks the tack, just like a good driver should do, or Steve would break his legs. You didn't check the tack. What's the matter with you? Now let's welcome your winner, Glenn Brio. Whoa, let me tell you, while watching that, I can see Barry Gray's closing in on your bumper. Ed Stone's working him over real bad, and all of a sudden, two cars get sideways in turn 4 in the final lap. What's going through your head?
Just get to the outside of him and hope they can straighten it out before we get across the line.
Good run. Did you think you had it all the way?
No, not really. Me and Eddie had a real good run. I see Eddie get a little loose coming out of 2, and I said, oh, thank God. It gave me some room to get down in. And I was just hoping he'd be able to hold Barry and Ed Stone up. And then I seen up in the scoreboard that Ed and Barry Gray had got into 2nd and 3rd, and I was hoping they were battling, not being able to catch up. It's amazing what 4 tires do. I really got to thank a good friend of mine, Eric Page. He put on new tires for me tonight. He put on 2, I put on 2. 4 tires makes a world of a difference. If you ever want to buy a Honda, see him at the Honda store. See Eric Page.
Good run. Your winner, Glenn Brio. 2nd win of the year for him. Whoa, hold it, wait.
I got one person. I got to dedicate this to John.
So done. Let the record show it's dedicated to John. Barry, you gave him the chase.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he was running real good tonight. We figured we could mount a challenge in the end, and it was a car sideways, and my only opportunity was to run into him, and I weren't going to do that.
Well, that's good, and then all of a sudden there was that little green and black car behind you.
Oh, yeah, it's always a factor here by all means. He's a good runner.
Good run. Barry Gray 2nd in the race, 2nd in the points this year. And in spite of a 3rd place finish, your 1992 late model champion, Ed Stone. Nice run.
Well, thank you very much. That was a good race, and I appreciate the fans cheering me for a change now, but appreciate it.
You really had to come from back. You got caught in traffic early on there and really had to give him a run at the end.
Yeah, we had to work for it. If we had a few more laps, but that's usually a lot of times the way it goes. But it was a good race.
It's the old shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? If I'd had a few more laps, I could have been the world champion. Nice run. Champion 1992, Ed Stone, 3rd finish tonight.
Bruce Batchelder has been running exceptionally well tonight with the number 19. Keep an eye on him as well. We've noticed some really good runs out of David Pinkham, the car number 16, and we'll watch those two along with the other modifieds as the green flag comes out. To the line, it's Batchelder. 1 and 2, Batchelder down low with Rudolph on the high side. From Rudolph with Dan Avery right behind him. Avery will head up to the outside with the number 9, hoping Rudolph can move on that outside groove as well, and he does. Here comes Avery. And he'll take 2nd as Rudolph leads with car 38. Bill Freight Train returns 1 and 2. Dwight Jarvis pulls out a line to make a move, but decides to wait a little bit and charges right back in on the high side. Batchelder gets out of safe in front of the field. He's got a flat right rear as Tim Maroka has gone around in turn number 2 with the number 6. Definitely a break for Bruce Batchelder, so he'll be able to head to the pits and get that right rear tire changed as Maroka sits on the bottom of turn 2. Bateman, Jarvis and Pinkham. Marquis, Bobby G, Dennis Albro, J.A. Ho in your top 10. And there's the green. They're back and running. Avery on the high side tried to make a move, but Rudolph slammed the door. And now he'll charge right back with the number 9 as Rudolph gets a good advantage, but suddenly Avery shoots low, and now that advantage is little. Ball and Bateman slug it out for 3rd. Jarvis, Pinkham and Marquis right there, 4th, 5th, and 6th, and 7th. And now Avery's back down low. Rudolph holds him off. Bateman has moved up into 3rd. Jarvis runs the high side, and he's got fourth. Pinkham will look to follow him. Avery back down low. No more freight train, that's for sure, as now the top 7 cars are all battling. Although now they string out, and Avery dives back down low. Rudolph, Avery, Bateman, Jarvis, and now Jerry Markey has moved up into the top 5. Avery will try low once again, this time off of turn number 4. Heading down into turn 1. They're side by side up on Maher as they go down into turn 1. Avery's got the slightest advantage, and he makes that advantage even greater as they head back into turn 3 this time. Bateman will run the low side, and Rudolph gets all out of shape. Bateman, Jarvis, and Markey on the binder. Let's see what happens next. Avery gets to pull away with the number 9. And now Rudolph has moved back out into the second spot. Bateman and Markey and Jarvis will round out the top 5. Bateman opens the door to Jerry Markey, and Markey takes the opportunity to move into third. Avery running away with the number 9, as now Markey dives low on Rudolph. Markey down low is about to make the move into second, and he does it coming off the turn. 16 laps now complete. It's Avery, Markey, Rudolph, Bateman, Jarvis, Pinkham, Paul, Albro, Bobby G, and J.D. Holen. Jarvis dives low on Bateman, battle for the 4th spot. As Markey is closing in on Avery, Jarvis, with a move to the low side, gets the door slammed as Moroka, the lap car, is in his path, and he has to back out of it. Almost at 4th away from Bateman. Markey has caught Avery and now looks to the low side. Going down into turn 1, Wade Kroll will be used as a pick, and Avery is able to hold on. Loose in turn 4 is Avery, but he holds on. And Markey will look back down low. Off of turn 4, Markey gets a good fight that time, but Avery shuts the door, and we got a spin coming off of turn 2. And, Wade Kroll almost made contact with the number 83, but just missed Moroka, who had spun coming off turn 2. Second caution of the race on lap number 23 as Tim Moroka once again goes around at turn 2, and Bateman returns with the 17. They're set for green. Avery and Markey will pace the pack as they head into turn 3. A good start for Avery. Rudolph is sideways, gets into Markey, and there's the green flag. And trouble down the front stretch. Bobby G and TJ Small go around, and we'll bring back the yellow. A good start for Avery, but not a good start for Markey or Rudolph. Rudolph tried to dive in there, as you saw, but got loose and caused almost a chain reaction. And unfortunately for Small as well as Bobby G, who were running in the top 10, they spin on the front stretch, bring out another caution. Still lap 23, and Avery and Markey get a second chance to go at it. Runner at the Riverside Park Speedway. And we're set to go back to green. Once again, Avery and Marquis, Rudolph, Jarvis, and Pinkham. And here they come. A much better start for all this time. There's the green. And it's Marquis topside to take the lead. With the 73, Rudolph and Jarvis will go at it for third as Marquis and Avery pull away. Jarvis will take that third spot, and now the battle is for fifth. David Pinkham and Rusty Ball. And a spin off of turn 2. This time it's DJ Small again going around with the number 33, and he'll go backwards on the track to get to pit road. Marquis and Avery just switched the order from the last restart. Pinkham, Ball, Albro, Houghton, Bateman, and Bobby G. And here they come, ready for green. And Jarvis on the restart goes around with the 28. Yellow flag is out. That car just came right around on him, but he does not go to the pit, so it doesn't appear to be a big problem. A tough break for Jarvis, who was really going to be a threat. And there still may be plenty of time to get back up into the top 5, but slim chances of a challenge now. Rusty Ball up to 5th. And Bruce Batchelder suffers from some front end damage on that as he made contact. Have to hustle. For green this time. There's the green and Marquis and Avery. Bring them through turns 1 and 2. Jarvis on the low side. And trouble down the front stretch. Albro goes around right at the start-finish line. And almost hits the record with Batchelder. Laps complete this time. Marquis is leading. Jarvis is catching him inch by inch every lap. But time just might run out. Avery holds third. Rudolph holding fourth over Pinkham. Pinkham looking to challenge. Jarvis has closed right in on the back bumper of Marquis. He'll look to make a challenge this time. Marquis holds the low group. Jarvis gets out of shape. 3 laps remain. 2.5 this time as they come down the backstretch. They go around Wade full. Jarvis gives Markey a tap. Less than 2 laps to go for Deering and Dwight as they slug it out for position number 1. Jarvis again up high. White flag is in the air. And this time, checkered flag. Jarvis will make one more run, but it's not enough, and Markey takes the win. Jarvis is for second, Avery third, fourth is Rudolph, and fifth is Pinkham. Time in 1992, the 1992 modified champion for Monadnock Speedway in the Winchester Racing Series. He'll take a moment to get himself unstrapped and unglued. Let's welcome him back for the last time this year, Jerry Marquis. Well, there's a little more work involved tonight.
Yeah, it sure was there. Dwight came on real strong at the end of the race. I'd like to thank a couple of guys that showed up here tonight, Northeast Transport Group. They've been helping us out all season long. This is the first time they've been able to make it up here at Monadnock, and I'm glad we won for them.
Good run, and congratulations on a second championship.
Thank you.
Jerry Marquis, your winner tonight. That's number 7. And we'll move up to the number 2 spot here tonight. Dwight, the old girl wanted to go, but just couldn't get there.
Yeah, the guy was going super, come on, good at the end of the race. I needed more laps, but I think the guy was there, and I think we could have done it, but just run out of time.
Run out of time, but we've got another season coming up. What are your plans next year?
We'll be back next year, probably the same sponsors, same car. Hopefully the same crew. I want to thank my pit crew this summer. They've done one heck of a job staying behind me all the way, and I want to thank all my sponsors.
Good job. Dwight Jarvis, second in points, second in the race, and Dan Avery, the old girl had it at the beginning and looked like maybe you'd have it for a while.
Well, it was running pretty good for a while there, and we had a couple new tires on tonight, but the right rear gave up. That was one of our used tires. If we had some better rubber on, maybe we could have given these guys a run for it.
Well, it looked good and strong, and it's another third-place finish for you in the ride that you picked up partway through the year. Are you going to be back next year?
It's up to Billy. If we can talk him into staying out of retirement. You know, the car owner here, Billy Simon, has been in it for about 35 years now, and he's been in it a long while, and hopefully we can talk him in for one more year.
With all that momentum built up, why quit now? Dan Avery, your third finisher tonight in the modified event. Everybody trying to catch the leaders. It'll be Brusso and Salzarullo to bring the field down with Harrison and Whipple right behind them. Looking for the green, and here they come. Brusso into the lead. Salzarullo, then Harrison, look out. Contact with Whipple, Bachelor, Rugg, and Goodenough. Whipple moves up on the outside. Brusso with the lead. Here they come down off turn 4. The 8 heading out. It's Brusso, Whipple, Salzarullo, Harrison, Bachelor, Goodenough, Karen, Rugg, and Boniface with Rollins. fights for that lead. Going into the turn, now he drops low. Russo drops down with him. Whipple working Russo over, left and right, trying to find a way to get around him. Meanwhile, Rob Goodenough and Punky Garrett, look out, Daniels is in the wall. The 76 glances off the wall and keeps on going, but the caution is out. Patnote is up off turn 3, that is. Patnote off the top of 3. Daniels just shot across the straightaway and slammed the retaining wall. Doesn't look like he did a lot of damage, but he does have a good dent in the front. Comes up Sadafoot, Russo, and Whipple together. Salzarulo and Goodenough. Karen and Boniface. Harrison and Rugg. Rollins and Marquis, your top 10 cars. 6 out of 35 laps complete so far. 6 out of 35. One more time around. Gets squared away. Restart, lap 7. Batchelor joins the back of the pack out of the pits. Russo sets a slow pace. Whipple's there with him. Here they come, looking for green, into turn 4, and there it is. Whipple grabs the lead. Whipple on the outside. Goodenough on the outside. Boniface on the outside, and here they come. It'll be Whipple's lead. Whipple, Goodenough, Boniface, Russo, Karen, Rugg, moving up 2. Jr. All 3 cars behind him have won before this year. Boniface and Goodenough, wheel to wheel, contact is made. Boniface moves up. 3 wide going in. Here's the caution. We've got cars spinning. Harrison's the last one to pull away on lap 11. Second caution of the race. Now Pete Biandaca and Dave Knight make up the top 10. 11th is Raymond, and 12th is Batchelor, then Drug and Colson. Here they come. Green is out. Whipple trying to hold on. Boniface on the outside. Whipple trying to stay with him. Down the backstretch into 3. Whipple down low. Boniface up high. Karen runs in 3rd. It's Boniface. Now Karen works the outside, trying to move into 2nd. And he does. It's Boniface, Karen. Whipple takes Goodenough high. Goodenough will be right back with him. Whoa, Rollins sliding into the corner. Boniface, Karen, Whipple. Whoa, bumper tag in the turn. Works the high side of Boniface. Boniface works the brakes. Karen works inside. Boniface has the edge going into 1. No contact. Bumper tag off the turn. Boniface looks inside again. Here's Karen. halfway, coming up now. Side by side, into the turn. Karen has it. Boniface is right back there with him. Whipple third, good enough fourth. Marquis is up to fifth. Now Karen has the lead to himself. Karen, Boniface, Whipple, good enough, and Marquis. To go out of 35. They've got 20 in the book. Look out, trouble on the front chute. Dave Knight spins it and backs it to the infield. The caution is out. Caution is on the racetrack as Dave Knight spins in a cloud of smoke coming off turn 3 for the third caution of the evening. That'll be in the book. 21 restart. Karen and Boniface are side by side. Whipple and Goodenough are just sitting there waiting for something to happen. Here they come. And Karen gets the jump. Boniface is on his bumper. Here's Whipple and Goodenough right behind him. Off the turn, 22 laps. Karen, Boniface, Whipple, Goodenough. Marquis, Rollins, and Brusso. Biandaca and Bachelor now running right with each other. Whipple trying to keep it high and hold third. Goodenough pushes him down the front chute. Brusso is in the wall. 81 is in the wall. And spinning is the 00, but he'll get his spot back. 00 got spun off turn 2 after the caution came out for the 81 car, which backed into the wall. Brusso catches the wall hard. Rugg and Biandaca top 10. Peter Daniels in 11th. Colson 12th. Drug is 13th. Harrison 14th. 15th right now is Matt Weaver. Karen and Boniface, Whipple and Goodenough, Marquis and Rollins, and here they come. Green is out. Goodenough gets around Whipple for third. Boniface up on the outside of Karen. Boniface and Karen wheel to wheel coming into 4. Karen holds on to the lead. Boniface trying to get down inside. Can he do it? There's a car spun to the inside, another caution. Fifth caution of the day is Bill Burrows spins the 99 to the inside of turn 4. And once again, Dave Knight goes around, but that's after the caution. Burrows in his first trip to the high banks this year. 25. Karen, Boniface, and now it's Goodenough and Whipple. Here they come. Boniface trying to get underneath Karen on the backstretch. Can he do it? Not enough room. We've got a major pile-up in turn 2. Caution is out. Salzarulo, Burrows, Patnode, and Gramellini. That's number 6 of the night, with 10 laps left in the race. Down the backstretch they go, and here's the green. quite find the racing room. He goes down low, but Goodenough's right there with him. Whipple is going backwards. It's now Karen, Boniface, Goodenough, and Marquis with Rollins. Rollins and Raymond coming on. Karen and Boniface, Goodenough, Marquis, Rollins, Whipple, Raymond and Batchelor, Daniels and Fiandaca with Rugg. Bothering Goodenough, something wicked. Here comes Batchelor inside Whipple for 6th. Raymond goes in for 7th. Daniels for 8th. Here's the battle for 3rd to the line. Goodenough and Marquis. Marquis keeps his nose right in there. Goodenough holds on. Matt Weaver slows on the straightaway. As the leaders come by, look out, Harrison is loose on the backstretch and around he goes. Patnock spins and Bill Burrows didn't even see it. He hits Harrison, but Harrison gets restarted and Burrows is the man who stopped. Harrison heads for the pits quickly with a badly banged up rear end. Harrison spun off the turn all by himself. Padnote saw it, spun to avoid, went to the infield, and Burrows drove right into it. Field is on the move. Here they come looking for green on the backstretch, bumper to bumper. There it is. Boniface, Goodenough, Marquis, and Rollins. Coming down, 2 laps to go for Karen, Boniface, and Goodenough. Boniface all over his back bumper. Here they come for the white flag. It's still a bumper-to-bumper battle for first place. Karen looking for win number 63 of his career here. Here they come for the checkers. This is it. Boniface and Karen. It'll be Karen. Lucky Karen gets win number 63. 3rd place will go to Goodenough. Marquis is 4th and Rollins is 5th. Well, when he had green flag racing, we had some racing. Lucky Karen rolls the HL Karen and Sons machines up. And that'll be his 4th of the year, his 63rd career win on the high banks. We got some pictures here. Don't stand in front of the camera. By golly. And we'll have a chance to talk with Punky for the final time in 1992 here in just a second. And here he comes. Their 1992 final winner of the year, Punky Karen.
Some love it, some hate it.
Well, when you had some green flag racing, you had a chance to do some racing.
Yeah, it was pretty tight there with Jimmy there for 5 or 6 laps. I think he made me use my tires up. We had a little bad luck in the heat there and lost a tire, so we put another one on the front. It didn't come back quite right, and Jimmy made me use it up, and it was kind of ticklish there towards the end. I had to use the apron. I don't like to race that way.
You used the apron, but you got the win, and that's good enough for a way to end the season, I guess, huh?
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all. I also want to thank my sponsors for being with us this year, and I got my cousin John Hooper's motor in tonight, and that helped me a little bit, give me a little extra boost, and so everything worked out good, and we need it anyway.
Hey, tell me, how's Uncle Stevie doing?
Uncle Stevie is doing pretty good.
That's an inside joke. Steve Fellows at Steve Fellows Chainsaws, his sponsors Punky and Punky's son Craig, and here's the man who's had an up and down year, and I'd say at least here probably mostly down except for one win.
Yeah, it sure has been a tough year for us, but the car was running really good tonight. Punky was running good. Boy, I tell you, he's tough. When you're behind him, he is tough.
Well, you're just about as tough when someone's behind you. It was a good run, and Don Lorenz car did okay for you.
Oh, yeah, they sure did. The car was running super good tonight, and I'd like to thank our sponsors, Don Lorenz, CarQuest, Dini Auto Parts. I can't forget TA Motors, Tony and Billy, Countryside Disposal, and the crew, the owners, and everybody else.
Good run. Jim Boniface finishes the year with a second place in the Pro Stocks. And we'll move up here. The Good Enough family. And Rob, after your heroics last weekend, this has got to feel pretty good.
It's a good way to end the season. I want to start off by thanking the crew last week. I wish we could have had a little better finish for them. They did a hell of a job getting me back here last week. We took it home, changed a complete motor, and we got back here and we were really running strong. I got to thank the whole crew for a fine job they did. I want to thank TA Motors for all their help tonight. They had a good spot tonight up front here on the line here. They're working well.
There's two at least. Are there three up front here tonight?
I believe there's all three, yes.
My golly, good run. Rob Goodenough picks up that third spot to wrap up the year. And of course, the Strictly Stocks are yet to come to finish their year and see how Clinton Cramp can do in a borrowed ride.
Then driving the number 1, that's Mitch Strunowski. The 77, Irving Reed. The 37, Walt Pachowski. The 19, Scott Cashman. And that's your field for the 20-lap Strictly Stock feature event. Here they come. Morton leads them. Green flag is out. Morton. Now Muka is looking to move up into second with the 28. Travis Block is all out of shape with the 66 as he was trying to get under the 13 of Russ Hersey. Morton with a pretty big lead at the start. Muka, however, closes right in with the 28. Rogers gets crossed up. Hersey, Block, Zarnecki, Johnston, and True all scramble. Block gets through. Zarnecki's coming up with a 20, and he's looking to grab position number 7. They go 3 wide into turn number 3, and Zarnecki wisely backs out just a bit, but then comes right back. Hersey gets hung out to dry. Rogers a little bit loose, and Johnston also able to get by with the car number 2. It's Morton, Muka, Zielinski, Zellman, and Block your top 5. Zarnecki goes 6th. Rogers 7th. Johnston, Hersey, and Drew round out the top 10. Morton still has a big advantage with the OT as Reed, the number 77, and Bazzaio, the number 6, go a lap down. And trouble in turn 2. Mitch Strunowski goes around with the car number 1 on 360 and keeps on going. And he's done that before, so he certainly knows how to get out of it. It's Rob Morton looking for his first win ever as he is running away from Tom Muka and Scott Zielinski. Zielinski definitely a factor in this event. Block, Zellman, and Zarnecki having good runs as well. continues to pull away with a little less than 12 laps to go. Muka holds on for second, and they begin to close back up on the OT, but it's not enough. Zielinski holds third. Here comes Block to the outside. He makes the move around Zellman, gets a little crossways, but holds on, as Clinton Cram is still well back in the pack. Muka has caught Morton, and they'll go at it for the lead. In turn 2, Muka looks low, can't make the move, and here comes Zielinski. Car number 7 looks to make a move. We've got trouble in turn 4. Keith Swan goes around with the 74, and we'll see if this should bring out a caution. It's going to be a pretty vital one. But Swan has not yet moved, and now he looks to pull away. Muka has a problem on the backstretch. He drops off the pace after a great run with car number 28. Muka slows to the outside of turn 4. Heartbreaking situation there, but back up front it is Morton holding on now with Zielinski up in second. Block looks to move in down low on the inside, and trouble again. Drunelski, this time on the front stretch, goes around but gets back out. Lap traffic could also become a factor. Morton getting pushed as Swan gets crossed up. Block dives to the inside with a 66 Vermont. Down low, and he's got the lead. Travis Block will hold on going down into turn 1, and now edges out. Here comes Scott Zielinski, and Jeff Connors goes around on the front stretch with a flat right rear. And that will bring out a yellow. And we've got more problems as the leaders come together in turn 2. Travis Block and Scott Zielinski get together while battling for the lead after Jeff Connors brings out the caution for spinning on the front stretch with a flat right rear on car number 01. But the leaders had come together. It was Block trying to hold off Zielinski when they touched and went around. Block elects not to go to the pits. We'll see what Zielinski does. Didn't appear. But that was indeed a pretty shaky moment for, I'm sure, Travis Block, who is in the hunt for the championship, as Clinton Cram is just not having a good time in that number 32. Let's see what's going to happen now. It's been exciting. 16 laps complete, only 4 to go. Travis Block, can he hold on and win the race and the championship? Green flag is out. Block and Zielinski will go at it once again. Signs of smoke from the 66 Vermont. And it appears to be something major as he is falling off the pace. Zielinski will go by with car 7, and up on the high side, Zellman. Block appears to have some sheet metal rubbing on the right front, and that's going to cost him. Zarnecki goes by, Hersey's looking to get by, and Morton goes around. Right in front of Drew, takes him with him, and we are in for quite a ride as Morton backs it up down the front stretch. Unbelievable, yellow is out. And he gets it back out to the front. All right. Unbelievable. Rob Morton got crossed up coming off the turn, tagged Steve Drew. Drew got a flat out of it. Travis Block was almost in that, and I think he will look, yes, he's going to the pits. He's got some, nope, electing to stay out there, but he does have some sheet metal rubbing on the right front. Only 2 laps to decide this one. Is it going to be Zielinski, Zellman, Zarnecki, and for the championship, Block or Cram? There's still a lot left to be decided. The green flag is out, and Hersey sees it. He'll make the move to the outside. Battle with Zarnecki for that 3rd spot, and Hersey's got it. This time, white flag is in the air. 1 lap to go for Scott Zielinski. And trouble, Cram spins in turn 4. The 32 goes around. And I hate to say it, but I think it might be over. We'll have to see in the final tally. Here they come. Checkered flag is out. Scott Zielinski will take the win. Joe Zellman, Russ Hersey, Joe Zarnecki, Travis Block, your top 5. And trouble right at the end with Living Good. Mallet and Drew all coming together.
Well, Clinton Cram certainly had the worst of luck today. As they clear out, Scott Zielinski collects another victory.
Here's your winner, Scott Zielinski in the Strictly Stock feature. All right, Scott, that was an excellent run and some heavy traffic out there tonight.
Yes, there was a lot of traffic, and I got a lot of people to thank. This is the last race up here for the season for us in this car. Probably be the last time we're ever going to run this car up here. And I really love it. You know, I got to thank my father, my mother. They really support me. My fans support me, and the biggest one that supports me is my brother. And I'd like to say hi to my niece, Ashley, too. She's a big supporter, and she's right here. Thank you.
All right, Scott Zielinski, great way to wrap up the season with a win. And we'll head on over here to our second place finisher, Joe Zellman. Oh, excellent, consistent run. Again, came real close to your first win.
Yeah, thanks. We've had a lot of bad luck the last couple of weeks. If it wasn't for the guys back at the shop, we wouldn't have had the car back here tonight. They worked hard all week long. Sponsors and all the crew. They do a great job getting the car back together and ready to go.
All right, congratulations, Joe Zellman, your second place finisher, the 22. And over here, Russ Hersey. Paying attention really pays off. Excellent run for third. Great last-minute move there.
I saw Scott do it last week. He got a little over-anxious. He beat the flag. I watched for the flag, and car was hooked up well. I'd like to thank my sponsors. I'd like to thank Troy Auto Parts and Joe Cebulski. Giving me a lot of support this season. He's been really good. I'd like to thank Ollie's 2 in Marlboro. I'd like to thank Lou Smith's Motors Marine, and I'd like to thank Ed's Auto Reconditioning, and I'd really like to thank the crew. Ken St. Lawrence, the guy gives me 110% every week. I'd like to thank my father. He stuck by me all the way through the season. My girlfriend, Tammy. I'd like to thank Sue for sticking by me and cooking for me every night. And I'd like to last thing, I'd like to thank the fans for coming out here and giving us support so we can do what we like to do.
All right, Russ Hersey, great way to wrap up the season with a third, car number 13.
And thanks all of you for being with us in 1992 and bearing with the rain and all that. It hasn't helped make it a great year in a lot of ways, but we wrapped it up with some good racing. We hope to see you here in the spring of 1993. Enjoy your fall season and your winter. Have a good year. We'll see you in 1993. Thanks for being part of the 21st year of racing here on the high banks of Monadnock Speedway.